Hey Al, we're actually back. It's been a
Yeah,
while. A lot of shit's
yeah,
happened. I have to, wow,
yeah.
first one back in a while, or I have to censor something.
Yeah. Some personal biz behind the scenes that happened, and now we're back. Took a
Yes,
bit of a hiatus, and we're back now.
that's the beauty of us. We can literally come and go. News isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, the news will always be here.
See, I should really
But yeah,
say, we can say the news won't go anywhere, but realistically, Marvel won't go anywhere.
yeah, that's true. There will always be Marvel stuff to talk about. But yeah, we're back, and hopefully we're back for a long extended period of time now. I
Mm-hmm.
won't have to stop.
Oh, okay. Let's just jump into movies, because when I say Marvel isn't going anywhere, or I should really specify more so, superheroes aren't going anywhere. Because that's
Mm.
all, the only things I've seen today have been superhero stuff, like people recording voice lines, like Vin Diesel and stuff. Apparently, some do Ray Fisher and Warner Brothers shit going on, the amount of No Way Home stuff, Doctor Strange 2 art coming out, there's Batman cover art, there's Black Adam stuff, there's Spider Man, there's Flash. Literally, I've just scrolled all the different superheroes.
Yeah, yeah, it's mental.
And then there's
Like
Jackass.
Jackass, yeah, that's the other one I was also going to talk about. Oh, boy, well, which one do you want to get off for to first then?
Let's just get the fucking. What? Like, let's just get superheroes out of the way. Because there's not much else we can do besides just kind of go through the amount of shit that's going on right now.
Yeah, okay. Oh boy, I think what I'm mostly amazed about is just that No Way Home came out, like nearly 2 months ago, and there's still shit
Mhm.
coming out about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like some of these, like No Way Home, hardest scene to write didn't involve any multiverse characters. Is this like news?
Yeah.
Like, should this be making headlines? I know we've talked about it before, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's good to see that we can leave, come back, and the same shit happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, but I think I guess they're trying to milk it so because they are close. They're only, I think as of like last week, they're only like 20 million away from being passing out Avatar as a highest grossing movie.
Imagine being only 20 million away from something. Imagine being able to say the phrase only.
Only, yeah.
Only 20 million. 20 million.
They're only 20 million away from it. So I guess they're probably trying to like keep pumping the news so it eventually does surpass it. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, like at least you got some Doctor Strange stuff though coming into works now, which might,
Hmm.
get that little bit of the attention away because it looks pretty good. But poor DC, really trying all they can just to be like, we're still here. Because you have Black Adam, they're desperately trying to be like, hey, he's coming, it's The Rock, you like him. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Batman, caught like just random Batman stuff, not even like trailers, it's just like pictures of it. And say, hey, this isn't actually DC, but we got some stuff coming as well. You're like, cool. Then you got Batgirl stuff. I think that's more. No, there's a movie of that coming out too. You're like, hey, we still got some stuff. It's like, yeah, but no one really cares anymore about anything.
yeah, yeah. It's mental. Like, they, like the only thing I think people actually care about from DC is Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one cares about any of that. Like, no one cares about Black Adam. No one cares about anything that's going on with the Flash or Aquaman or Wonder Woman.
Don't
They
even
don't
mention
care.
Aquaman right now.
Jesus. But like Batman did, but they're really like trying to just get it out there. They're like, oh look, new posters. Oh look, like behind the scenes, and like, oh, more posters. Oh, did we show you these new posters? And they're just really chucking them out. I mean, they are good posters.
Oh yeah, they're
They
good
have some
posters. But
very
fuck,
good posters.
I just kind of wanted
Yeah,
out
yeah.
by now.
Yeah, definitely. We are close. We're under a month now.
Ooh.
From from it being released, 4th of March.
Oh, really? It's released on one of my
yeah.
roommate's birthdays.
Yeah, 4th of March. It's a Friday, so excited for that. Very excited. We got the official runtime, I think, like 2 weeks ago. I see, it's hard to remember because we haven't done it for a while. I don't know if we've talked about it or not. But we got the official runtime, which is 2 hours and 55 minutes.
Nice.
So she's a hefty one. The only thing that's worrying me about the long runtime is that it needs to be engaging all the way through. Otherwise, it would have really boring, like, opening, middle, and then the end is just like filled with action. It needs to be engaging all the way through.
See, I really hope people are not gonna, because I hate when people turn around and be like, "Oh, it's kind of slow." I hate how if a movie is slow nowadays, it's seen as a bad thing. People don't understand that you just need to pay attention for a little bit fucking longer. If a movie is slow, I love slow burner thrillers and stuff like that. I love slow burning dramas because like you have to remain engaged. But the amount of times I've heard, "Oh, movie's kind of slow," I'm like, yeah. Fucking and do you not like understand that's like complete world building and understanding different characters and actually being able to get engaged in the universe rather than just being like, oh, flashing images, cool. Like there's way more. So like even if you look back at all the original Dark Knight trilogy, the amount of time that's spent just talking, or the amount of time that's just kind of been like building all that little bit of the world, especially in the Dark Knight, the amount of times he spent sitting around with Harvey Dent or all the political stuff going around, it's way more than just the action. Now it's well balanced with action, so as long as it's like that, then it's fine. But I do see this bit being a little bit more like not
slower
talkative.
paced.
Yeah, I can definitely see it being much more of a slow burner with more tension involved in being action.
Yeah,
because they say it's like a horror movie. That's gonna be slow burn. People start complaining that it's a slow burner or too slow. When we kind of know this already, I'll be like, okay, the fuck.
Yeah, like you said, a slow film doesn't necessarily mean boring. Like, there's so many slow films, like The Godfather, so slow and super long. But if you pay attention and engage with the characters and stuff, it's really entertaining. And that's why I hope they keep it like engaging and entertaining all the way through, because if it's just scenes for the sake of having scenes that don't really add anything to any character development or anything, then that's when it kind of drags. So I hope everything is like engaging, but it is going to be a real like suspense and like detective-y film. Because it is the riddle, so the Riddler, so there's going to be a lot of detective work. It's not just like, okay, fucking Bane is destroying the city, let's go beat the shit out of this big guy. Like, it's more of a psychological battle.
People tend to forget that his title is the world's greatest detective. He's not just Batman, the greatest superhero. He's literally the world's greatest detective. So the fact that, and you keep saying it's engaging, that's the best way to put it. That it just needs to be engaging. I don't care if it's slow. I don't care if it's I will care if it's really fast paced, because then it takes away from that. But if they focus on him actually being a detective in this, and if they actually focus on him being Batman, then great. People should have no excuse but turn around and be like, "Yep, this was good." But if they're like, because I think that's the major thing that Marvel's fucking doing as well, is they shove you with like action sequence after a fast paced moment, after like, here's a reference you should understand that makes slightly like not that into Marvel people feel smart about knowing, be like, oh, that's cool, I know this. And if people aren't constantly fed this constant stream of information from their screen of just fast paced action that they can actually understand in nice beautiful colours, then it's like, ugh, shit. It's like, no, it's just slow and you can't keep up.
Yeah, like, I feel like Marvel has ruined that, like, aspect of film that it doesn't need to be go, 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 go all the time. It can be a slow paced and still be absolutely fantastic.
I think that was the issue, for me anyway, with Black Widow, was it just seemed to be go, 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 go. Like,
It
let
definitely was,
alone, let alone that it came out at the complete wrong time. Say if it actually was released back then, back in the time that it was supposed to be, I would probably have a similar thing of I kind of wish it was a bit slower. Because it just seems complete action go, and that's like one of my main reasons I don't want to watch it. Not after, I don't care. It's like, it just seems like stupid action.
It almost feels like they're getting to that Fast and Furious point where it's like just action. It doesn't matter what's going on around us, just throw in the action. So I hope this is like a step away from that, and I hope people realize that it can be good even if it's not go. What did worry me a while ago was it got a PG-13 rating in America, so I was kind of like, oh, they might like make this a little less like tensy and shit, but then I looked it up, and in Ireland it's 15A, so I'm like, that's good enough for me. I'll take a 15A over a 12 or a 13
Well,
rating.
hang on.
I would have preferred a 16 rating,
Same.
but a 15A, I'll take a 15A.
Age rating? There it is. Dark Knight's 12A.
Yeah, and that is like
That's a fucked
that
movie.
has scary movie. Yeah, that has some like that scene where he's like the Joker has that fella, the impersonator of Batman tied up.
Yeah.
And he's like screaming and shouting at him, or that scene where they're in the offices and like this dead hung man swings at so like
12A.
12A. And now this is 15A, so I was happy to see that little boost up on the rating, but I would have definitely preferred like a 16, but I think it might have gotten the 15 for nudity and sex scenes, mild sex scenes.
I'm okay with that, honestly, because again, he's the world's greatest detective. It doesn't like if the movie was rated 15 for violence and gore, I would have been a bit like, oh fuck. But since it's like you seen the scene in the trailer where he beats the man down and says that he's vengeance, and if that's not getting a 15A sequence for it, perfect. That for me, that is kind of like, all right, you're seem to be on the right track, because that at the heart of it all, that's still that's what Bruce Wayne still is. He is a philanthropist. So that thought process, or those personality traits, are going to come out. So the fact that there's still like sex scenes, and even if it's just like, I was gonna say softcore, but if it's just like tasteful and light sex scenes, that's grand, because that's like what Bruce Wayne is.
That's what I was gonna say. Bruce Wayne is a playboy. You know, that's his whole thing. That's he's a playboy. That is he misogynistic? Yeah, probably is. Kind of. That's Bruce Wayne, probably.
Well,
his facade.
Well, his whole thing is that he. No, I don't know if I call him a misogynist. Why'd you bring up that word? Of all the fucking words that you could have mentioned, why'd you bring up the M word?
The M word. Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah, it's because it causes people to get fucking cancelled sometimes.
This is true. But, no, but like, I am happy, like you said, that it isn't for gore and violence. Okay, if it's nudity or whatever, that's fine. It's probably one scene, 2 max. But that's fine. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
That's putting it mildly.
But yeah, what else do you have in the moves?
Really? Not much else besides this other Marvel shit. For some reason, a lot of Wayne's World stuff that I'm not bothered going into. Some Uncharted things that I still do not give a shit about. Actually, what is interesting about that is every person who I talk to who knows about the games has the same thing of like, it looks like you're just going completely off the games, which is something I said before. So anyone who's actually played it is just like, I get it. You like the games. Can we see something a bit more like new?
Yeah.
Um,
A movie that I'm really excited about, and I only like kind of started hearing more about because like Cillian Murphy is in it, and he talked a little bit about it a while ago. Is that
I want to see how you pronounce his name.
Oppenheimer.
Damn it!
I'm not dumb. I'm excited for that.
I never said you're dumb. I just said you're bad at pronouncing things. Then.
This is true. But I love Cillian Murphy.
Same.
Love him in anything he's in. Love him. And Christopher Nolan, fantastic director. That has never won an Oscar. I don't know how, but
really.
Yeah. Inception didn't even get nominated. Interstellar didn't even get nominated.
That one I'm surprised with.
And obviously the Dark Knight comic book movies would never win.
Well, he did get. Well, yeah, he didn't get it. It did win an Oscar.
Yeah,
Knight.
but it did. Yeah, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are the movies has he done that are fantastic?
Oh, Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, that arguably the best film in 2017, didn't win it. I still don't know how. Like, okay, say what if you like or don't like Inception. Definitely one of the best films in the last couple of years. Interstellar, one of the best films.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he hasn't won something. I don't know. So
yeah.
I think this one could be down that alley of Oscar-esque films, because the Oscars love these like real films that are based on something that happened a while ago. Unless there's like another film that's what's it called?
I love the way you describe the fact that the Academy loves history movies or semi-biographical history movies. Is that
couldn't think of the word.
They love movies, real movies about things that happened a while ago.
I couldn't think of the words. Based on true stories, what I was trying to get and didn't get there. But they do love those fucking films. I mean, the Oscars are... I think that the Oscars have lost their... their value in recent years.
Respect.
Yeah, and it's just... Politics have destroyed the Oscars.
Mm-hmm. Because... we could go on a huge rant about how Oscars, Grammys, anything has been absolutely fucked nowadays. Grammys especially. But like, yeah, I don't want to delve into it because again, it is going to be something we have to spend a while looking into. I'm not that versed in their methods of their nominations and their winners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that should have won that didn't in the past, and there's plenty of times that there's snubs. That majority of the time people like to use the word snub. I saw a snub at something there. I think it was Kristen Stewart's portrayal in whatever her movie is now, and I saw the word snub, and I actually hate seeing the word snub because it's been used so often in situations where it shouldn't have been used. But this actually got snubbed. It's like no, you just like to use the word snub because it's such a tabloid word that people will go, it's such a, what's the phrase? It's just a scandalous word to be able to use that people go, there's something going on here, but it's not. It's like someone just didn't get fucking nominated for something because there was either other things or something happened that just required it not to happen. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. They've kind of, I think they've lost their way. But look, like you said, there's no point in getting into it.
I mean, his movies have garnered 11 Academy Awards and 36 nominations. 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 Fuck.
You got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many great actors and great directors that have never won the Oscars, and it really just makes you go, how?
Mm-hmm.
Like Leo I think Leo is like the perfect depiction of it. Like how long, and how many great films was he in, for so long, before they were like, I don't want to take it away from Leo winning his first Oscar. He definitely deserved it, but it almost felt like they were pressured into giving it to him.
I mean, the year that they gave it to him, really, there was no other option but to give it to him. All the people who he's up against, I remember reading them being like, if he doesn't win it this year, they hate him in that case. Like, people say he should have won for Wolf of Wall Street. I look at Wolf of Wall Street and I only realised pretty much during the week, every time someone rants to me about that movie, or not rant, that's the wrong word, anyone who says that they like the movie or something like that, never actually says the movie itself is good. And it's something I realised during the week, was like, yeah, when you say that the movie is good, I always hear Leo is great, it's shot well, it looks pretty fun, it looks really good in the way that, like, a lot of they utilize a bunch of different techniques a lot in the movie, and that's what I will generally hear from it. Or if it's a guy talking about it, they love the idea that it's a rich man having a lot of sex and drugs. So, like, realistically, this is actually what, because I've now been exposed to a bunch of, like, because it came out when I was in second year, not second year, in secondary school. Actually, it came out when I was in second year. It came out in 2013. I would have been in first or second year.
That one's right.
He
won in 2015.
He won in 2015, which was well deserved. I've only recently been exposed to, like, the female aspect of that movie, and I haven't yet to find one person who is a female who actually likes it. That well actually likes the movie, but will not still admit that Leonardo DiCaprio is good in it, and it's shot really well. And I was like, that is an interesting thing. So people say he should have won for that. I don't think so. I think Matthew McConaughey was, like, it's grand, but the one he definitely should have won some form of an Oscar for was Django Unchained.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he was nominated for that.
That?
I actually don't know. What's that? Movies. 2012. So it was the year before.
2012. So I'll have a look here. I have the list here. No, he wasn't. He wasn't even nominated.
Yeah. And he, like, stole that show.
Yeah. But, like, like 2013, when he didn't win it for Wolf of Wall Street, Matthew McConaughey won it for the Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Which, I mean, he was very good.
Yeah.
In fairness.
So there you are.
Yeah. What else? Where we are? And then he won it in 2015
for The Revenant.
Yeah, like the only ones there, like, you had Matt Damon for The Martian. I mean,
yeah, but, like, that's more of a spectacle movie than that.
Yeah, you had Bryan Cranston for Trumbo. Never seen it.
No, I haven't seen it either.
Michael Fassbender for Steve Jobs.
And again, another kind of, like, biopic that they love.
Yeah. Eddie Redmayne. Sorry, for The Danish Girl.
That one
yeah.
Probably, in fairness. Let me see if I'm thinking the right movie now. Whoops.
But, like, again, like, there was nothing there that was like, he should have, like, like, they should have won over him. Yeah. Like, he was definitely the best of the bunch that year. And
I think I got a lot of flack from this. There's kind of more obvious reasons why The Danish Girl was, you know, nominated and shown a lot of respect, because they definitely delved into a lot of things that were touchy and stuff like that. But Alexander Desplat did the music for that. But I do know if it won, I could definitely see the backlash that people were going to be like, oh, it only won because of all this, and they served Leo again because in fairness, I love The Revenant. It has a few scenes in it that's a bit pointless and it drags on a bit, but it is a brilliant movie and he is absolutely fucking stellar in it. And if you even want to try and debunk that, you're crazy. The shit that he literally went through in order to actually prove himself again. It's not that he proved himself the first time, it's that he has time and time again proved himself to be great. So but, like,
yeah, there's just some that probably shouldn't have won. Like Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury, he was good, but not Oscar worthy, I think.
That was definitely the whole, like, this is where we can kind of delve into how Oscars work. You look at that movie, you look at how big Queen is, and you look at how big that movie garnered because it was a biopic of one of the most famous singers in the world. They had to give it to him. If they didn't,
Yeah.
they would have been slagged.
But like, I would have given it to this guy here, Viggo Mortensen, for the Green Book. Yeah, for the Green Book. That film was fantastic.
Mhm.
And he was fantastic in it. So I would have given it to him over Rami Malek, personally.
People think that Viggo Mortensen's only made like one good movie after Lord of the Rings. He's made a good few. He made the Green Book. I can't remember the Western name. He made Captain Fantastic, I think it was called. That damn movie almost made me cry. He's actually done a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know why. I don't know why Rami Malek won it. I think that's where I'm getting at.
Well, I know why. It's because he played a famous person.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying his acting was bad. His acting was very good. I think he portrayed Freddie Mercury quite well. But I don't think it was Oscar worthy. Like last year, Anthony Hopkins winning it for The Father, definitely. I definitely think he deserved that. I thought they were going to give it to Chadwick Boseman.
Like a posthumous thing?
Yeah. I thought they were, but he was just nominated.
They probably would have gotten more flack. Actually, they did get flack. In that situation, there was no safe outcome for the Oscars. And this is also why I feel for the Oscars as well, because so many people are like, oh, they're willing to give them so much flack and scandal. But the thing is, in that situation especially, if you don't give it to them, they got flack. Because there's someone else who was more deserving of it. Because everyone thought they were, even Anthony Hopkins himself didn't turn up because, no, they're going to give it to the other guy. Because it was just it's going to be a posthumous award. This guy is so loved in the communities that, you know...
It was such a shock death, out of nowhere, things like that. And it was, Yeah.
But then they're like, we have to because the other guy's performance was just great and stellar. So, you know... And then because of that, they got flack. But if they did give it to him in the end, they would have been like, oh, it's because it's a posthumous thing and he's a very famous actor and he died so suddenly, blah, 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 blah. So, the other thing they're going to do is be like, oh, it's like Heath Ledger, isn't it? It's like, no,
it's like Heath Ledger
properly deserved it.
Yeah, but even you look at Heath Ledger, when he won, he was dead at the time, obviously, and a lot of people were like, oh, they just gave it to him because he died and was shocked dead, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, he was very good. He definitely deserved it. Did him being dead play a part in it? Maybe.
Oh, yeah,
but you never know. But anyway, 2019, Joaquin Phoenix, 100%.
Oh.
If they didn't give it to him for the Joker, it was going to be ridiculous. And then 2017, Gary Oldman for The Darkest Hour. Yeah.
2019, you say, for Joker?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 2019, Viggo was nominated 2019 for lead role.
No, it's 2018.
2020 is what you... Oh, it's 2020 Oscars, not 2019 Oscars.
No.
In 2019, Viggo was nominated for performance in a leading actor role. So...
Joaquin won it in 2019. And Viggo was nominated in 2018. That's what I'm looking at here.
Academy Awards, USA 2019.
At the 91st Oscars,
Viggo was nominated.
The 92nd, Joaquin won it. I don't know. They do it weird because they do the awards obviously a year in reverse. So some places, if the awards this year 2022, they're in the year 2022, but they're awards for 2021. Some places would be 2021 winner was whoever wins it this year, and others would be 2022 winner was here. So the dates kind of get a bit fucked up, I think.
I hate the Oscars. We need to move on anyway.
Yeah, let's move on.
Video games, because we didn't go over a whole lot on that either. Yeah. EA has actually come out and actually stated, that
Yeah.
Skate 4 could be launching soon.
It's been a while since we had a Skate game.
It's been a hot minute.
When did Skate 3 come out of?
Oh, fucking hell. I was in primary school.
2010.
Yep.
That's 12 years later.
12 years later.
Damn. That's a long time. And I don't even know why they stopped. Because Skate 3 was... I never played. I didn't play Skate 3. I just never got into it. But I just know it was fantastic. Everyone that played it loved it. It was so good. And then it just didn't do anything more with it.
It just kind of fizzled. Now, at the same time, the thought process of leave them wanting more will come into mind. And I'm like, it's a good way to do it, obviously, because for years they've been calling for it. And now that they're doing it, it's creating a massive hype. Now, I also think they're being they're being very smart releasing it this year, because for some reason, and I really can't explain it why, well, actually I can, with the introduction of skateboarding to the Olympics, the Oscars of the sporting world.
Yes, that's
there's
actually very
been
good.
a huge increase in, there's been another boom in interest in skateboarding now. And I've seen even in anime, because anime released Skate to the Infinity just last year. I just started watching it. Fucking brilliant, by the way. Big recommendation. So there's that already. So anime are jumping on this. There's been plenty more Tony Hawk in the limelight, even more so lately, because he also retired recently as well. There's been so much skateboarding stuff, and now EA are being like, fuck it, let's jump on this. Let's give something that people have been waiting for ages during a hype train of skateboarding. That is a very smart idea.
Very smart move. I didn't actually think of it like that. That's very good. Fuck. Fucking hell. I'm absolutely bamboozled by this take.
I know, right? I only realized yesterday when I saw the actual announcement, it was like, oh yeah, I'm watching a skateboarding anime. I saw what's his name? Tony Hawk in a Red Link video, and I saw him in another type of video. I think it was a Do Perfect one, and then the other stuff were coming out. I was like, damn, I was like, oh, okay, maybe these are very smart ideas.
Yeah, fuck. That's actually, for once, EA has done something quite intelligent.
Now, the decision to release it has been quite intelligent for them. Whether or not the game will be of quality, whether or not there will be microtransactions, or whether or not there will be absolute anti-consumer ideas coming through it as well, that's a different thing. But,
that's a different story. But the idea of dropping it now is a good idea. Hopefully, see, when a game takes so long to come out, one of two things will happen. People will be happy with whatever you give them because they've been waiting for so long, or they're going to have this idea built in their head of something that's going to be absolutely fantastic, and when it doesn't reach that unrealistic expectation, it's gonna be shit.
No,
even if it's a good game, their ideas and expectations will be too high.
Yeah, I think if they just keep the controls pretty much the same, which they have done, I think, since Skate 1. It's been very similar. Just that, if they keep the controls the exact same, people won't give a shit. People will be very happy because it's the Skate feel.
Yeah.
And I have massive, what's the word? Expectancy that EA will pull out. Confidence. I have a massive amount of confidence that whatever game they bump out will look beautiful. Look at any of the recent EA games, maybe besides FIFA 2022, that's been pulled out. Even then, there's some good aspects of it. EA can make a beautiful looking game, and if they use particular engines, 2042, it doesn't run well, but still looks pretty. And then if you even go back to Battlefront 2, because I'm playing that again recently, that game is absolutely one of the most pinnacle in cinematic video games. Absolutely beautiful. So they can definitely pull out this game with beautiful graphics if they just keep the exact same feel, do same controls, new areas to discover, make it even bigger, make it nice and multiplayer as well for everyone, which they definitely will. It's EA, they love multiplayer games. I can't imagine this being a flop at all. They just
Yeah.
need to keep the controls the same. I don't care about anything else. Just keep the controls the same.
They need to keep the controls the same, have obviously good gameplay, and stay away from like microtransactions and bullshit like that.
Mm.
If they can do those three things, this game would be an absolute success with everybody.
Mm. Now that's not to say they can't have in-game purchases. Absolutely not. They can have like cosmetics and stuff like that, or really cool things that they can add in. Just not microtransactions. Not this fucking
Pay to win
loot box
type of
system
thing.
or anything like that. Just they can have in-game cosmetics. We really don't care about that anymore. And if you have a battle pass, we'll fucking sue your ass. But like, like if. Actually, in fairness, with the way that Halo Infinite is going, I'm pretty sure EA will look at that and go, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe, but they love their money, so I don't know.
They do love their money.
So yeah, but like if you release periodically new outfits, new boards, new like if you're able to build your own tracks or something, and new like stickers and stuff like that for your tracks, and you just have to buy them as a bundle, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like bundles and stuff, that's fine. But when you have like loot boxes and rare items and shit like that, that's when it kind of becomes a little bit of a money grab. But yeah, just if you have the bundles, you probably make the same amount of money. You can have expensive bundles for the people willing to pay a lot more for the rare items, and that's fine. And then you can have ones that are like a $5, a €10, €3, whatever, just for a different look on your skateboard. You don't need to have the fucking loot boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have the potential to have a great game on their hands. So it's just a matter of not fucking it up.
Now, going from one game that has potential to another game that has recently released a stress test that I think has a shit ton of potential as well. Some people might be familiar with the game World War III, which is pretty much just another remake of Battlefield. A little bit more scaled down because the smaller services, a smaller group. But honestly, it's what Battlefield 2042 should be. And that's a big thing for me to say because, look, it has the feel of a game that's come from a smaller company. That's obviously going to happen because it is coming from a smaller company. The graphics still look great. There's still a few bugs and glitches. It's still in beta, so they're obviously going to fix it and bring it back up. But even for a game like that, for a small little developer, I still have to say it has the potential to really ramp up its game and just be like, yep, this is what we can do. Because Battlefield 2042 was the biggest disappointment I think we've had in a long while.
Oh yeah, and I think gaming has had in a long time.
So for this for this to come around and be like, hey, we're a small company, we can do better. It's kind of like you have a lot of potential, and if you listen to like the criticisms that some of the surveys that you give out will retrieve or give you and stuff like that, then yeah, this company has a big old potential to absolutely rock Battlefield to its core.
Yeah, like it came out a long time ago. It came out in 2018, but because they are a small developer company, it's been in betas and shit like that for so long because that's all they can do because they're still working on it. And like this is like Splitgate in the sense that it was small, very small developers, had a great game, and then Splitgate kind of, I don't know, they kind of fell off. They didn't do anything with what they they didn't do anything more with what they had.
It's like they kind of got their own, not their own hubris, but they got their big bulk. They got their big power up, and then they were like, cool. And then it almost came across as like, this is what we are now. And that was it. Have they released new maps, new guns, new anything?
I haven't heard about anything. So I don't know. I don't think so.
There.
So like, if this game could get an big investment like Splitgate did. Splitgate got like 100 million. If this could get something like that to improve server capacities, improve the gameplay, better, more maps, more guns, more operators, whatever. I don't know exactly how it works. Then it can definitely be really, really good. But they really need to just keep sticking to it and keep making it better.
They need to keep a level head. They need to be able to be like, okay, we're a small enough company, and once it's vastly big, if they do get an investor, get a big bump in their funding, they need to be able to be like, this is what we want to do. This is how we're going to treat the fans or something. Because like, I've had a load of fun playing it, and so if they just increase just basic qualities of it, it's not even something complex. If they just increase basic qualities and increase like server capacities, not even server capacities, they increase lobby capacities. So it's not even it will compound onto a server capacity issue.
Yeah.
But like a lot of things they have to do aren't even that like extravagant. And that's the crazy thing about it as well. This game, like, you can play 20 on 20 with vehicles and capture the points and all that type of stuff. You already have a crazy amount of customization. You already have a load of, like, even operators there that doesn't exist. You kind of just do your own thing and you make up your own way. So, like, for them to already be doing this, and for Battlefield 2042 from a multi-billion-dollar company to turn around and release something that barely works, after, like, because it's not a thing like
barely.
World War 3 was released, like it was in pre-alpha access or whatever the hell. You were able to get your hands on it and actually like play it in some degree. Back in 2018, like when was Battlefield 5 released? Battlefield
probably around the same time.
Almost around the same time. That's, I think, they didn't it? Is it 2020? No, 2018. So yeah, it was released around the same time, and in pretty much the same length of time. Obviously. Well, yeah, no, because they was both released at the same time, which means both games were being worked on prior to 2018. So if both games were being worked on, then once it got released, there really should have been no issue. So this game was released back when Battlefield 5 was released, and then they worked on it from there. So when 2042 was released, realistically, they should have just been like, "Yep, this is okay. We should be able to do this now. We should have a nice little clean game for you." Fuck no. This smaller company worked on a game, started developing more and more, and now it's actually running better than Battlefield 2042. Like, what else is there to say?
Yeah, it's poor. Like Battlefield has been one of the biggest disappointments that I've had in a long time. And we were big advocates of, like, it's going to be good. The beta was really fun.
Yeah.
It was broken, had a lot to be fixed, but it was fun. Delayed it. It was looking good, and then just it never lived to like a third of the fucking hype. But yeah. But from one that received a lot of hype to another that is going to receive a lot more hype is GTA 6.
Oh, never mind. Okay, we have one more as well gone. Yep. It has now been declared to be an active development.
Finally confirmed that it's been in active development for a while. So couple things here. One, why did it take so long?
I know why.
Why did it take so long?
Those people are saying.
Two, the initial release date.
I didn't see the initial release date. Oh, okay, that's not too bad, I guess.
Not too bad, but that's my other issue.
Eclipse.
This is where my next issue comes in. One, you've made us wait 10...
Oh, yeah, okay.
How long has it been? 10 years since
2013,
GTA
2012.
5?
10 years.
Yeah, about 10 years. About 10 or nearly 10 years. And now you're going to make us wait 3 more. So a total of about 13 years waiting for the next game. So now people are anticipating the greatest game of all time. They're expecting this massive map. I've already read comments of people saying, like, if GTA has a massive map like GTA 5 or slightly bigger, but you can't go into every single building, it's going to be a disappointment. And you're like, I understand because like there's so many buildings in GTA 5 that you can't do anything to,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, but you can't develop a game that you can go into every single building.
Mm-hmm. And
You know,
yeah,
that's just insane.
that would cause like okay, yeah. Continue your point. I'll get on to mine.
And then so I can already see no matter what this game will be, it's already going to disappoint people.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to build this expectation that will never live up to, and it'll just gonna fall flat on its face.
Mm.
But I'm excited for it.
Now,
Finally.
I can't lie, but say I am actually in the group of people who are. If this game isn't seriously impressive, I don't give a fuck about it.
It has
now,
to be impressive though.
I'm not along the level of like it needs to be able to go into every single door or something like that, or to open up. I don't care about that per se. What I care about is we've waited this long. You have enough time to make major improvements to your software and your engine and stuff like that. What I want from this above anything else is I want it to be stunning. I want it to actually put the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and any um like not high end PC cards now, but any like decent PC cards. I want to put them to their stress limits. I want to put them at like a
You wanna
point
push
where
them.
I want the newest consoles and generations in PC to be pushed by this game, by how good it looks, and I want it to feel smooth. I want to have the similar feel of like controls that GTA 5 has. I think that's kind of their peak at the moment.
Yeah.
It's a good feel to it. Maybe fix the aiming and the glitches and shit like that, because I still can't auto lock onto AI's heads for some fucking reason. So imagine playing GTA free aim. Yep, that's not
Yeah.
fun. It's
No.
really difficult.
God no.
I above anything else, I want the game to look good. I don't really care if it's grindy. I'll grind the shit out of it. If it's buggy, we'll love the bugs for what they are. But if it looks good, if it looks pretty, and it pushes some of the newer things, it utilizes everything that the newest generation of consoles and PCs have to offer. I have nothing else to say, but that they better pull that out, because like Red Dead did.
They have to.
Red Dead pushed it to the limits.
Yes. It pushed the Xbox One and PS4 to its limits.
Yeah, it pushed things like
Yeah.
there was, and look at the game.
It
It's
just
stunning.
and it shows that they can. Obviously, that is Rockstar. So they have proven that they can push the limits. So
And-
hopefully they will. And it really just, I feel like the campaign, whatever they do with the campaign, it has to be longer. It has to be like it just has to be longer. Especially if games are gonna take so long to come out. Like GTA 5's story is so quick. You can get it done in, I don't know, what, 20 hours? Maybe, more or less. It needs to be 60, 70, 80 hours.
No,
to complete the
okay.
campaign.
No, I think
You
any
don't think
game,
so?
No, any game that pushes you to 60 hours needs to be a single player only game. Like The Witcher is about 60, 80 hours. Even Dark Souls games, they mention it's 30 to 40. No, you'll be there for 80 hours ish. Easy. I'm there for 80. I think I'm pushing 60, 70 hours already on Dark Souls 2 as my first playthrough of it. Anyone, if you want a game that's 70 plus hours for a main story game, just for a single player, just get a single player game. Because they are going to focus on multiplayer, and that's the thing people need to realize as well. They probably will release a few things for the story. They probably will release an update or two just for it. But people really need to realize that when GTA 6 comes along, it'll be same like 20 hours for a game that's like just the story mission. If you just play the story mission and you get through that in 20 hours, that's still a lengthy old time, because that takes you more than a few days. But in the meantime of you playing that game, you're going to find side missions. You're going to find other things to play. You're going to find small mini games. You're going to find the stranger missions. You're going to find a shit ton of things. Because like Red Dead Redemption 2 is taking me fucking like 80 easy hours already. I still haven't fucking completed, because I'm doing everything in it.
Yeah.
So, but if I was to just play the main story missions, I'd be done in no time. It shouldn't be up to Rockstar to create a 60, 70, 80 hour game for people who want to play a 60, 70, 80 hour game, when their focus should also be on multiplayer. and the focus is on the other things you can do in that world. Their whole Rockstar is great at building a huge world that you can develop yourself and explore. So if people can play, oh, the main story is only 20 hours long, it's like, yes, but all the other things add up easily about 80, 60, 70, 80 hours if you care to fucking do it.
Okay, yeah, well, okay, when you put it like that, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And I do hope that the multiplayer is good.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Because
sure it will be.
the multiplayer in GTA 5 is good, it's fun, but it becomes very repetitive and very grindy. Especially at the beginning, it was literally just missions.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you could only, and we had like 4 missions that like we just repeated. And then they brought out the CEO, and that was fun for a while, and then they brought out other things. So there needs to be a good multiplayer aspect to this.
Now,
it needs to be good.
I know I said the only thing I wanted was good graphics. They need, and I mean really fucking need, to be careful about what things they add into the game to prevent griefing. Griefing needs to be a thing that's tackled in the new GTA 6, because you could be working there for hours building something up, and then it's taken away from one dipshit on a fucking oppressor that just comes in and takes you out. There is no satisfaction in that game. The only thing that gives it some dickhead just a little bit of oh, I did this, and moves on to the next guy. That's not satisfying. And I don't know why GTA 6 Online didn't allow you to do CEO things
5.
in private. I have no idea why. That always baffles me.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. It should let you do them in private, because what's the point in me doing like the bunker stuff, and then let's say I don't want to pay to get the supplies, so I'm gonna go collect the supplies. So I spend 5, 6, 7 hours collecting supplies, going collect. So the value goes up, and now it's up to like 1 million. It's full. It's 1.5 million, something like that. I go to sell. First of all, if I'm on my own, why is there 4 vehicles outside in a time limit that I will never, ever, ever, ever be able to do it in? You give me 15 minutes to deliver 4 cars, that is fucking 12 kilometers that way, you'll get 1, maybe 2. So I've lost money. 1. If you're on my own, it needs to be
more manageable.
I don't know, make it 1 big vehicle, but more locations to drop or whatever. Then the next thing is, you need to be doing it on your own. What's the point in spending so long for, like you said, a dickhead to just show up in a jet or an oppressor or anything, and they just destroy your whole work, and you lose everything. They don't win absolutely anything because they don't get any money for destroying my stuff, and then that's it. Absolutely pointless. So you need to be able to do things on your own.
Or even if they do it, that you have to have a friend to do it with you or something like that. Because if you're playing GTA 6 online, you're bound to find someone to do something with. There's no way you can't. And if you are a literal loner playing GTA 5 online, what are you doing? Like
GTA 5 is fun on your own for a while. Then after that, you need friends. You need people to do things with, especially if you want to do heists and the casino heist and other jobs. It's funner with other people. I mean, it is multiplayer for a reason, but me and my brother were having this conversation the other day, and he asked me, would you rather a game that has really, really good gameplay, really, really immersive story, like everything just perfect gameplay and story wise, but the graphics don't look as good because they focused more on the gameplay and aspects of story and all that, more than on making it look beautiful? Or would you prefer a beautiful game that lacks a little bit in gameplay and story? And I was like, I would probably prefer one that has better gameplay than something that looks absolutely beautiful.
I mean, anyone who answers anyway besides that are the worst type of gamers. Honest to God. Anyone who says, no, graphics are what makes the game, fuck yourself. You have no idea about anything. So, yeah.
So if this game looks slightly better than GTA 5, but not crazy better, but the gameplay is just fantastic, I won't care.
At this stage, after this long, after
It should.
13 years,
Yeah.
if it's only slightly better looking, I have a lot of questions.
Definitely a lot of questions. Definitely. But if the gameplay is there, I think we eventually overlook the graphics of it.
No, the gameplay is one thing, but if they're focusing, if it's only slightly better looking, they better challenge griefers. They better let you do shit on your own. They better do a lot of things to just come to pad that, because 13 years later,
13 years is a
the
long
game doesn't
time.
look marginally like a good bit fucking better
Yeah.
than the game that came 13 years prior. Like, I was just saying this with Dark Souls 2 the other day. That came out in 2014. I was like, why do people think this game looks bad? Then I compared the next year. FromSoft dropped fucking Bloodborne. That is one of the most beautiful looking games ever. Then after a year after that, Dark Souls 3 came out. If you want to put those two games beside each other, just Dark Souls 2 and 3, 2 years from Software, which isn't as big, it's fucking night and day. So if you put GTA 5 against GTA 6 13 years afterwards, and it's only slightly better, I don't like. That just kind of shows the effort that Rockstar are putting in.
Yeah, and I'd like to know when they started developing it, because obviously it hasn't
actually.
It definitely hasn't been 13 years. Definitely they didn't start developing straight away.
Whoops. Sorry about that.
I say it's only been. I'm scared to say a number. I say it's probably only been about 5 years of development, and they have 3 more, so 7 years of development. The game should be beautiful, perfect, and all that. But again, we've seen games that have been in development for so long and have been such a disappointment. And I feel like we've been asking for GTA 6 for so long that people are kind of at the point where they're like, I don't even know if I want it, and if I do get it, it needs to be fantastic. But then, like, look at like Red Dead. When did Red Dead come out? The first one.
Oh, way back as well. It wasn't. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a survival game. I love that.
Red Dead was 2010.
2010.
And then Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in
2019.
2018. So 8 years compared to 13.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's the best way to put it.
Yeah. So if in 8 years you're able to create an absolute beauty of what Red Dead Redemption 2 is, and you can't do that in GTA 6 after 13 years,
That'll be my thing.
That'll be an issue.
Now, I'll give them the benefit that Red Dead Redemption, there are no neon lights and sport cars and flashy people moving around the place. It's majority of it is barren wasteland. But still, 13 years later, and fucking Cyberpunk exists. I know people say that it doesn't run well. It still looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So like, they have no excuse.
Yeah, no excuse. It has to. Yeah, it has to look good. It has to look good.
Yes, and we're running out of time. Sadly, we can't discuss the whole Sony purchasing Bungie thing, which did happen recently. But look, that's so saturated in the media as is. If you don't know about it by now, take 30 seconds to look it up and make your own opinion on it. We think them buying just Bungie is a bit dumb, because all they have is Destiny.
They have one
2.
game. One game.
And even that one game is not doing too well at the moment. It's actually kind of in the limelight it's actually receiving a bit of flack for how it's treating players in recent years. So,
yep.
Here we are. But anyway,
yeah, and we'll move on. But just the last thing, I feel like this Bungie thing is like, because Destiny have already said, and Bungie themselves have said, we are never being exclusive. We'll always be crossplay. So it feels like Sony are like, look, we have something that's crossplay. Please don't take COD away from us. So it feels like that, but I don't know. But we'll move on.
Yes, one thing that actually from one, like I don't have a good segue into this. Keeping it on video games for a moment, because we're going into TV now. We need to discuss the Halo 3 or the Halo trailer.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we do, because it came out and we need to give our opinions on things. I know. Okay,
Eesh.
I've been playing it since Halo 3. That's how long I've been playing this. I played it.
Yeah.
I have played it. Halo Reach is my favorite one, and I've replayed them all
Mhm.
hundreds of times over. It's my favorite game franchise. Absolutely fucking stellar. I
Yeah.
will not watch this show.
No.
I will
Neither
not.
will I.
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
Christ.
We
This-
when it was originally announced, we said we would give it the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
We said we would give it a chance, and then we'll see what story they were going to go with, and all this, and we'll see how the graphics look and all this. Oh my god, that was
Special
the
effects
worst
not
trailer
great.
I've seen in a while.
Oh, like, people who don't really know Halo will look at it and go, oh, that looks interesting. People who know Halo will look at it and go, what the fuck are you on about? Like, the main thing, okay, obviously people are like, oh, Cortana looks really weird and different. Okay, yeah, she's going into live action. You really think the one computer generated thing that they're actually using in this would look like the fucking game? Because, like, you
Yeah.
can say, oh, sure, everything doesn't have to look the same as the game. No, if they're keeping Master Chief pretty much the exact same, if you're keeping
Yeah.
other Spartans the exact same, the Marines the same, the Elites the same, you keep everything the same. You don't, like, change one major aspect of the entire fucking series, but not everything else. And that also leads beyond, the Spartans look shit. They look like they just got a bunch of mid-range cosplayers and went, here, flaunt your shit, that's grand. And I'm like, okay, they don't look great. The Elites do look good. I cannot deny that. The Elites look unreal. But the rest just look, and Master Chief doesn't even sound like Master Chief. You're like, I would again been okay if they turned around and was like, oh, it's not actually him, it's a different thing. But the fact that it is him, it's literally
And
been,
it's-
oh yeah,
yeah.
it's Master Chief, it doesn't sound like him. It's like, what's the fucking point?
Then they thought Master Chief.
Hmm.
Yeah. Fucking hell. It's just, I watched it when they originally released it. They released it in the on the halftime of a football game, and the thing came up and the Halo name came up. I was like, oh, nice. Sat there, a minute and 30 seconds went by after the trailer ended, and I was like, this doesn't look like Halo. This looks absolute garbage. There was nothing in it that made me go, oh, that's interesting. I was just sitting there and going, it feels like I'm watching a cinematic. And that was it. It felt like it was just, that was all I was going to get.
No, I felt like I was watching a fan made.
Yeah, yeah. When you mentioned the fan made thing, I was like, yeah, it looks fan made.
Mm-hmm.
There's other fan made stuff that look better than this.
Oh, way better.
Yeah. And
I love-
we knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah,
knew
I
it was gonna
love-
happen.
It came out that the guy who's playing Master Chief in the series was like, oh, I've delved into the deep lore of this. I was like, you might as well fucking not have, because the literal the actual training. This is my biggest thing. This is what's making me go, oh fuck. Is at one point they mentioned something along the lines that the Spartans don't remember what they had to go through in order to become Spartans. They don't remember being kidnapped. They don't remember being genetically modified. They don't remember anything. The entire fucking point of the Spartans is that they remember the trauma and shit that they went through, which is the whole reason why they have fucking AIs, because they got so traumatized from this and the augments made them emotionless. So the AIs were supposed to be there to make them feel more human. But
Yeah.
no, apparently, they completely
Apparently
forget
not.
everything, and all of a sudden Spartan 2s probably aren't a thing, since Master Chief is the only Spartan 2 that seems to be there with the Mjolnir armor, because the EOD is already there, which, you know, they're not the main
Yeah.
force of it, so what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, like even when they're fighting, when he's fighting the elites, it looks really bad.
It does look great.
It looks really poor. It looks slow. It just looks fan made. We keep coming back. It doesn't look like an actual company with millions and millions in budget do this. Like, it's just so disappointing. We saw it coming though, but like, I mean, it's Paramount Plus. What are we expecting, to be honest?
I mean, yeah.
They've spent over 40 million on this show, and it looks that bad.
Oh god.
40 million. And it's a 9-episode series. Oh boy. This is gonna be poor. This is gonna be very bad.
I mean, if they fucking... I wouldn't mind Master not sounding the same, but they literally brought back Jen Taylor to voice Cortana. They literally brought back the voice actor to voice the same thing, but it's like, yeah, we won't do it for the guy. Big fucking middle finger to everyone. I'm like, cool. As soon as she spoke, I was like, that's Jen Taylor. Oh, so Master must sound the same. And it didn't. I was like, that's not right at all.
Yeah. It's so stupid. I don't know. I don't even know what to think.
Oh, okay. What else have we got?
That I think that silence just really just shows what we think of that.
That silent acceptance, yeah, of like,
yeah,
this is what we got.
yeah, this is what we got.
I mean, the fucking showrunner already left. They're looking for another one for season 2.
Yeah, you know, it's going good then. Yeah, fuck, that's not getting renewed, and that's a fact.
Better not, honestly, better not.
Yeah.
That was teasing the hunters, really? They're not that. They're worms. They're small worms. I hate it.
But yeah, there we go. From one failed thing to something that has really made us very happy in the last 2 weeks. The Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yes, spoilers. Let's just get that out the way right
Spoilers.
now. There's no way,
spoilers.
no way we can discuss this without spoilers. So we're going to give you a few seconds to just be like, oh, bow now. Probably skip 15ish minutes.
Yeah, well, spoilers. Wow, fantastic, absolutely fantastic last 2 episodes, and it kind of frustrates me and annoys me, but yet I'm happy all at the same time that the last 2 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett don't have Boba Fett in it. They're 2 Mandalorian episodes. Again, not complaining because they are absolutely fantastic. Some of the best Star Wars content we have gotten in a long time. So, very happy with it.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with it, and the main thing is, like, as you said, it's not a Book of Boba thing anymore, and I am a bit annoyed about it that they didn't have those 2 episodes as throwaway episodes at the beginning of Mandalorian season 3 or something like that, or just as premeditative episodes before it came out at all. Because I do wish they focused on it, because like the main thing of that episode, the last one that came out, what my favorite part about it actually was when, well, there's obviously a load of things, but keeping it as a Book of Boba Fett thing, my favorite part about it being a Book of Boba Fett thing was when they bombed the fucking club. Yeah. I was like, this shit's gonna go off now in a few minutes. And then, obviously, fucking Cad Bane showing up. Just like, here we are. You can take me now. And I'm like, yes, we will. With delight and absolute. Now, he didn't look the greatest. I as much as we love him, I think they could have done a little bit better. I saw a fan rendition of it that like just updated him. He looked fucking so much better in the.
But is that when he looks more blue?
He looks more blue. The mouth is smaller and lower down. The eyes are more red, and the hat's a little bit bigger as well, and it's a bit darker. There's a good few things they could have done, but like I'm still.
But like my thing, yeah, definitely. But my thing with the whole like people complaining that he wasn't as blue as the other one is, first of all, I think the first things first. One, going from animation to live action, shit's gonna change.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna change. I mean, if we stuck with the animation, fucking, Palpatine has eyebrows that go up to his fucking top of his head and he comes down. And if we had that live action, we'd all be terrified of Palpatine. So, like, shit's gonna change. And then the whole, like, oh, they could have made him more blue. 30 years have passed. You know, people lose you know, so, like, if he gets the sun and shit and everything after 30 years, he's gonna lose that color, the pigment in his skin.
You don't know how they age. Do you
And
know?
you don't know. Do you?
No, but you don't know how they age.
Oh, well, neither do you, so.
If the man is still alive and speaking like he's back, like 30 years back, I'm sure he can still be the Blue.
You know, but I guess they all, you know, everything's going to be different. And I feel like no matter what they were going to do, people are always going to have criticism of Cad Bane. I think he looked absolutely fantastic, and I probably wouldn't have changed anything. I think they did a good job.
Just the mouth. If I had to change anything, just make the mouth smaller, a little bit lower down, just to make it more close to the actual, like, species itself, because their mouths are actually lower, a little bit lower than that. That is literally the only thing. If they changed that, would have been so much happier. But I mean, that's putting it on top of how existentially incredible it was to see him, anyways. But
That man struck fear straight away.
Because the main thing with this now is they are going to make one particular deleted scene from the Clone Wars canon, and I can't fucking wait for him to actually see this. Like, because the whole thing is that for people who don't know the backstory of Cad Bane, he was Boba's mentor for ages. He ran with his crew for a while, then he started overstepping marks or whatever the hell, and Cad Bane is the one that gave Boba that dent in his helmet. If you see that thing there, that, like, it's a special bullet that he fires, because he's like, oh, but Beskar can't be dented. It can be by this bullet, because this bullet can, like, short circuit a fucking lightsaber. So, like, that hitting him in the head gave him that dent. So we're gonna see this fucking mentor master thing come back together again, and this massive showdown. Fuck yes, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good little fucking reunion there. It'll be very good. Now I really hope they don't do some bullshit where, like, they brought Cad Bane back and in the next episode Boba Fett kills him and then just fucking ruins it. I feel like this is more of a, this could be the season 2's like villain, for lack of a better word, I guess, in the second one. It could be, and develop more of Cad Bane, or even get a Cad Bane spin-off, something. Just don't like kill him or ruin it all, like, straight away.
No,
which I don't think they will.
No, there has to be a showdown. There has to be something, because he saw the way that they introduced him. That's not the way you introduce someone. You're going to kill him off in the next episode.
Yeah.
You saw that big slow walk up. Because I remember as soon as I saw it, that's Cad Bane. There was no shadow of a doubt in my mind. Like, that's him. That's 100% him. And then, like, it cut back at one point, and, like, the haze and the Tatooine sands kind of made the hat not look as clear. I was like, oh, I don't know. No, it is. And then it cut back, and I saw the hat. I went, it is. So you don't introduce someone that way and that seriously if you're going to kill him off in, like, the next 2 episodes. I feel he's going to be there for a while.
Yeah, like these last 2 episodes, the only thing they've done to me are made me want to watch the Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah, do.
I've never watched the Clone Wars, and I feel like I'm going to watch it now, because this is just really just made me go, yes. And, like, even seeing Ahsoka more and stuff, and, like, she's, like, mentioning, like, oh, you remind me a lot of your father to Luke.
Oh, that line.
That line is tough. It's rough. But, like, even her saying that, I'm like, oh, like, I want to see, like, Ahsoka and Anakin's relationship, because I know, like, she's his Padawan and, like, all that, and obviously him turning is a big thing to her character development. So I'm like, oh, I need to watch this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I definitely will be watching it. And then Grogu. Oh, like, that last episode was more Grogu than The Mandalorian even. It was just so good, so well written, such an emotional episode with him. like him remembering Order 66.
That
Uh,
there
that
are
was
sorry, there are two things in the last two episodes that have made me go, sweet fuck, I can't believe they did that. That's showing the Order 66 like purge, and it was showing the purge of Mandalore, or the siege of Mandalore. When
Oh
they
yeah.
fucking showed the TIE bombers coming up and then the dome erupting, legitimately got the most amount of goosebumps something has ever given me. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, I can't believe they showed that.
Yeah, like Star Wars is going in a good, good, fucking path right now, and I hope it continues on this good path. There's been leaks that the Obi-Wan series might be in May.
Yeah,
There's
so that.
leaks. I can't wait for that one. I hope that's very good. I feel like the Book of Boba Fett was going to be. I feel like we all thought it was going to be one of the worst ones, I guess, and it has only been magical. Even like I know at the moment we're all like, oh, it's just Mandalorian, but even like episode 2 of the Book of Boba Fett with the train and all that, that is a
And 4.
fantastically written episode. And episode 4 was fantastic as well. So like even obviously at the moment is we're all focused on the Mandalorian stuff, but the Boba Fett episodes were fantastic. And episode 6 will be about Boba Fett. I think we'll go back to Boba Fett.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't show us what Grogu picks in his decision, and they leave that till the Mandalorian.
Yeah, that will be a Mandalorian season 3 thing.
I think that they won't show us, but I also feel like if they don't show us, people will be quite upset.
I feel that'd be unfair. If people are upset by not being shown that decision, I feel that's really unfair because that's a Mandalorian thing, and you need to get back to this is a Book of Boba Fett thing, and that's what the entire like second half or like the third and like the fourth and fifth act say of that episode was reminding you this is a Boba Fett show, and things are about to escalate the fuck right now. So if people are upset by the why didn't you show us what it is, that's just a little bit entitlement as well. It's like we want to know what this is. It's like you fucking wait, you come up with your own ideas, and I fully believe he's going to choose the Mando, but like here we are.
Yeah, and I think the way they might show us in the episode is in the battle against the Pikes when something's happening and maybe Mando is cornered or something, and then there'll be like someone being lifted by the Force and then thrown away to help, and it'll be Grogu. I think that's the way they'll probably show it, if they show it at all.
Because even as you're saying that, I don't like it. I would hate that with a passion.
But I feel like that's something they could do. But I don't know. I want to know, but if I have to wait, I'll be happy to wait.
With all these good decisions they're making so far, I can't see them making something so dumb like that.
See, like my whole thing is like, yes, they're making great decisions, but at what stage do they become Star Wars again and mess it up?
The stage that I think they're going to become Star Wars again and mess it up is the Obi-Wan series.
Why?
Because they're stuck on fucking Tatooine again. The only thing they're going to be able to do is reflect on Clone Wars stuff. And that's completely banking on Clone Wars stuff. That's completely going to undermine anything else. It's just going to show the shit that we already know that happened. It might spur from a book, or it might just feel so dumb. Because when he goes to fucking fight him again as Darth Vader or something, it's just going to feel so weird. And then I'm terrified that they're not going to deal with it tastefully, I guess is the way I could say it. I feel like they're just going to be like, cool, this is what you wanted, I guess, isn't it? And it's not. Or it'll be like, oh, this is what they want, why don't we subvert their expectations and do it this way? Because it's the perfect fucking way to do it. It's the perfect thing.
Yeah. I hope it's good. I hope it is good.
I just wish it wasn't on Tatooine again. Because it's right, they have this like Tatooine fever where of all the planets, of all
there's
the
so many
planets they stuck on, the most barren, literal.
Yeah.
The only thing they can do there is fucking farm water. And that's the one they decide to stick around on. Yes, there's plenty of cultures there. Yes, there's a few spaceports, which is all we've seen in the fucking first trilogy and the prequel and the original trilogy. But for fuck's sake, even in the new ones, you got Jakku, which is just a fucking knockoff of it.
Yeah, they need, like, there is so many planets in this fucking universe, like so many. Yeah, I hope they move off Tatooine. Hopefully it's just like the first episode or two they're on Tatooine and then they move on, but probably not.
Like if people might be like, oh, where else are you gonna do it for if Boba was on Tatooine? It's like, make him go off to make him go get Slave One from Jabba's palace, make him blow up Jabba's palace and fly off to the fucking Hutt planet and kill the people there and take over the Syndicate from that. That would have been the best way to get off of Tatooine, and also wouldn't have impacted a whole lot of the story, because once you leave Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi, that's it. You don't go back to it, so it's not like it's like, oh, but it's shown again in this. No, you can just fucking blow it up at some point. Who cares?
Yeah. So, like, at the moment, Star Wars is going a good path, and I mean, it has really excited me about Star Wars again, and we finally got Star Wars content that we've been asking for way too long. So hopefully they can continue on this good path that they're on and just continue to pump out quality Star Wars content. And I cannot wait for more Star Wars. Can't wait for Wednesday. Today, whenever this comes out, it'll be Wednesday.
Oh yeah, today we would have watched it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so fucking spoilers are really kind of up for you at this point.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be a big planning episode. I love planning episodes. I love them trying to figure out how they're going to take on people.
I hope it doesn't get spoiled on me, because the last two have been spoiled on me. Yeah.
No, neither of the last two were spoiled on me, actually. I did pretty good.
The Mando one was spoiled on me. I saw him with the sword, so that was spoiled on me. And then the one last week, I saw a thing with Ahsoka, and when she's talking to Mando about giving the gift to Grogu, and he leaves. And I was like,
God, you got heavily spoiled for that one.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this from? And then I saw him like take out the little gift. I was like, this is a. I was like, I don't remember this from the Mando series. Like, when was this? I thought it was like someone just made it like an edit or something. And then he takes out the little gift. I was like, this is Book of Boba Fett. And it was too late then. But I didn't get the decision spoiled on me. That was a good little like.
Oh no! The fact that he was given the decision, not the
actual decision. Yeah. No, not the actual decision. But yeah. Need more Star Wars in me. Pump it right into my veins. But yeah, that's it for Star Wars. Do you have anything else?
We have to bring highlight to, is it We're Already Dead or We're All Dead? It's another a Korean show that's fucking flooding. All of Us Are Dead. It's a zombie show.
Oh yeah.
And it's the second Korean drama to top Netflix. Bless you.
There you go. Yeah, this took out of nowhere. Like
really out of nowhere.
These Korean shows have really like boomed and have just taken Netflix by storm out of nowhere. Like, people did not expect any of these to do well. It does really well. The zombie show, for those who don't know what it's about. I haven't watched it. Have you?
Me neither. I might try and watch it.
It looks terrifying from the couple of scenes that I've seen. It looks quite terrifying. Anything with zombies that can move faster than a walking speed is quite scary.
Oh yeah.
But it looks good though. It looks very good.
We had Squid Game, which destroyed the algorithm for Netflix for a while. Then we got Hellbound, which also did really well as a K-drama.
Yeah.
It still got a lot of things. Now we have this. Well,
Yeah, I
I'm happy
don't
with
know.
that they're not flooding it. Well, I'm happy they're not like, there's not 7 more of these shows that are coming out and they're like, okay, fine. Because if that happens, Hellbound and All of Us Are Dead wouldn't have gotten the limelight. But the fact that they're like, we know it's popular, we need to take a fucking breather for a second, and let's just release this, and then this, and then this, and that'd be
Yeah.
fine. If only they made smart decisions like that with everything else, then we'd be having great time with Netflix. But no, we don't.
Yeah, and I think
Bastards.
if Squid Game doesn't do as good as it did, I don't see All of Us Are Dead and Hellbound do as good. I feel like a lot of people now, after watching Squid Game, are more open to the idea of watching subbed things on Netflix, even if they're dubbed, but like not watching English spoken shows, and has led them to like look into other things. So when something comes out and it's in Korean or a different language that isn't English, they're more willing to go, I'll watch it. As before, they might have not have been so willing to watch stuff that isn't in English.
Mm.
And I think Casa, I would say it in Spanish, the Money Heist was definitely the first one to like really do that, because that's a Spanish show and people were willing to watch it in Spanish or even the dubbed version, and now Squid Game made it even more popular and shit. So yeah, Netflix are just, sometimes they have bangers, and then sometimes they miss hard. They sometimes miss the ball quite poorly.
Oh, heavily sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they released a trailer the other day for other movies for this year. It's like they have like 28 movies this year, and they released like a 2-minute trailer for all of them. I don't know how. Every movie had like 3 seconds of screen time, so I don't know if that was a good decision, but whatever.
Yeah.
They make weird decisions sometimes. But yeah, if you do watch this, let me know. Let me know if it's good.
Oh yeah. Ugh. I mean, that's it. I have nothing else.
And I feel like you would like this because you like that book, The Enemy.
Oh yeah, I figured as well.
Yeah. But yeah, is that it? Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. So thanks for coming back after our long break, 2-week break.
You two beautiful people.
Or more. Hey, you don't know how many is there.
8 on YouTube, in fairness. Yes, you
8
other
on YouTube.
8 beautiful people.
So yeah, thanks for coming back. If you are here, if not, thanks to Nolan. But please. But yeah, follow us on Instagram where we post movie reviews, TV reviews, and now we're posting reels and stuff of clips and stuff. And you can also find those reels on TikTok, where we post funny clips from our games or the podcast. And then go to our YouTube where we post the podcast as well as some Let's Plays that we haven't done in a while, but we're going to get back into it.
We're getting there. We have one in the works already. Well, we have an episode waiting to be launched now, which is one of my pride and joys, because
Yeah.
can't watch it without laughing.
I'm excited to watch that one. But yeah, that's it, and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye.